So here we are. Did you have a question for me?
I do. So, hi everybody, my name's Shannon Bush. I'm here with Ashara DeGaris from Radiant Woman, and I'm just going to ask Ashara a few questions about her fertility coaching. So first up, Ashara, I'd love it if you could tell us a little bit about what drew you to be a fertility coach.
Okay, so my interest in fertility coaching really was pricked when I started working as a coach, and one of my early clients came to me in a state of high distress. She'd been through 2 rounds of IVF unsuccessfully, and she got to this place in her life where she just wasn't coping with anything. You know, she was going to work and dissolving into tears, which is not what she wanted to have happening. She'd gotten into a bit of a, this is never going to happen, because she couldn't understand why it hadn't happened for her, and the doctors couldn't give her a reason why it hadn't happened. And so she'd spent the remainder of the money that she and her husband had on a round-the-world ticket to lose herself in a holiday. And meanwhile, just wasn't coping with anything that had anything to do with pregnancy. So, you know, the things about not coping when best friend gets pregnant, or even just seeing a baby, and it was getting in the way of her capacity to feel like she was functioning and being a productive person at work, and she really didn't know what to do with herself. So a colleague referred her to me, and we did this wonderful series of coaching sessions in which she really stepped into reclaiming whole parts of herself that she'd put away in the cupboard as a teenager, deciding that she didn't want to be that kind of person because she didn't want the consequences of it. She actually reclaimed her sense of herself as a spiritual being, opened up to all kinds of possibilities, began to get in touch with her inner guidance about what was needed in her life. She completely mended her relationship with her mother, which had been in a very bad state of repair, and she started to find ways to just really enjoy her life and have a great time. And at the end of just 6 sessions, she was just this changed person. And not only was she extremely happy about the outcome, but all of her family were wanting to write testimonials for me about how brilliant this process had been and how wonderful it was that she had been restored to this sense of life and happiness. So I kind of went, wow, you know, that was so transformational for her. And I remembered how it had been for me when I was in the stage of really wanting to have a baby and it wasn't happening for me. And the whole journey that took me on of exploring different ways to be with these really intense feelings that were really disrupting my life. Trying to find some way to hold all of that, because in my case it wasn't a physical fertility issue. I had got married to someone who didn't want to have a baby with me. And I found that very hard to resolve. So it took me on my own long journey of personal growth and self-discovery, and this experience with this coaching client just brought me back to that, and I went, wow, you know, this is an arena where people are suffering and they don't need to. We can find a way through it.